Very good evening to one and all present here. At the outset, I would like to thank all the participants who are taking part in this webinar session. I would like to introduce myself. I am Dr. Umarani Purushothaman, and I had been working as Associate Dean in the Department of Management Studies at Savita Engineering College. Okay, and I have written nearly 85 to 90 articles so far, and I started writing in the year 1990, where I didn't even have any idea like how I have to structure the article. Nobody gave me any guidelines. On my own I started writing, and slowly I developed and improved by how I have to structure my article and how I have to with the with the interesting way I have to carry on. All that I learned step by step I learned. So whatever I have learned, I just want to share with you people. So with that intention, I am just starting this my presentation today. And there are people. First thing I thought what I wanted to tell you is why people are writing article. That is a very very important thing. We all should know why people write article. There are n number of reasons for that. There are some people who always have that novel idea. They keep observing, and then they will write some story or something like that. They will publish in journal. That is their interest. They have in writing novel. So that type of people, they keep writing. And there are some people who want to earn their livelihood by writing something in journals or papers or something like that. So for earning money, that is another way, type of people who are writing the article. And the third type of people is they are using pen as a weapon. Okay, when something goes wrong in the society, they are not able to bear it. So immediately what they do is they will start writing about that issue, and they will immediately publish in the newspaper or something like that. So that is a third type of people. And there are yet another type of people. They want to find a solution for the problem. Now that the current situation is throughout the world, we know that nearly lakhs of people, they died because of this corona. And for this COVID-19, that for the coronavirus, they are trying to find medicine. So they are trying to solve this problem, and they are doing research throughout the country, I can say. And there are some people who are using it as a hobby. Okay, like maybe IT people, you say they are so stressed, so that man he will have the interest of writing something, so he will think that he want to divert his mind. So for that purpose, what he will do, he will write something, and then he will divert his mind, and again once the stress gets ill, he will come back to his work. That is another type of people. As a hobby, they are using it. And as we all know that we are all academicians, so what we normally do is it is a must that assignment, like where we have to publish article in Scopus or Thomson Reuters, or as I know, like annexures we have to write. Only then PhD will be awarded to us. And the last person is academicians. So as an academician, if I write more and more article, I am enriching my research skill, and also I am also my institution name also will be enriched, because when people come for inspection, they check how many articles is written by all the faculty members. So thereby it is giving a good name for my institution also. Okay, and this is what I have given. So I said that like a story, they will be writing it, or some people they are for earning money, they are writing article. And some people they are they are using it as a weapon, and writing the issues whatever is going on in the society, and they try to solve the problem. And next is there are some burning problems in the society or in the industry. Okay, for which they will try to always find a solution for that problem. And some people, they write for the hobby sake, whenever they feel like they will write, not that taking it as a profession, but somehow they will be doing. And as a PhD scholar, all of us must write article, only then the PhD degree will be awarded. And the last one is, as academicians, all of us must write article, so that like more and more articles we write, then accordingly our name also we will also get a good name as well. The institution also is getting a good name. And the next thing what I wanted to discuss is we must know to differentiate between what is research and what is not research. Okay, many people, they mess up and do something. So I thought I will clarify that what is research is nothing but we process of collecting the information, and we do lot of analysis, making use of statistical tools, and then we come out, understand what is the problem and then bring a solution for the problem. That is what is called as a research. And there is something which is not research, where they will only collect information, and here, they are not contributing any, knowledge to the society. That is called as, that is cannot be called as, research. I will tell you what is research. As I told you, for example, I want to study the employability of my, department students. So for which, I can do a research. So what I will do is I will, prepare a survey and questionnaire. I will prepare, I will do survey, and then ask, what are all the qualities from the industry point of view, what are all the qualifications, and they are, they require, for the student to get selected, and accordingly, we can give those skills, for our students, and then we can develop those skills and, try to increase more and more, employability of our students. So for that I can conduct a research, where, I will give, questionnaire to the students, as well as I will also give questionnaire to the industry people, and try to, link both. I create industry institute interaction, I will try to bring out, by conducting this survey and doing this research. So here, I collect the information from the industry as well as from the students, and then, I am, analyzing where the students are going, wrong, and what skill is required, and accordingly we can give training for them, and then, we can enrich the students, and thereby the employability can be increased. Okay, that is one thing called as research. And what is not research? Simply collecting information. What happens is, one girl, a small girl, she will go ask her mother to prepare fish fry. Immediately the mother, what she will do is, she will cut the fish, body, along with body some flesh will go, along with the head some flesh will go, along with the tail some flesh will go, and then she will start preparing. The girl will be wondering why, so much of flesh my mother is wasting. She will go and ask, why do you cut, so much near the head and tail? Then she will say, no, this is how my mother used to do, I am doing in the same way. Then the girl will not stop. She will go to her grandmother. She will ask, and like, why, she is cutting that many, in that much of flesh and, wasting it. She will say, my mother used to do. She will go to the great grandmother. See, that curiosity is there in the child. So the great grandmother will say, those days the pan was so small, so only when I cut that much, it can be accommodated inside the pan. So I cut like that, the grandmother will say. So this is what, we don't understand. Without understanding the meaning, we just keep, collecting the information and do that. Here, we are not, I cannot call it as a research. For instance, now during this COVID-19, government has appointed many temporary employees, and they come to my, house, and they are coming and asking me like whether I am all right, and every day the, that employee will come to my house. He will ask me, do I have any fever, or do I have any sneezing, something like. He is coming and asking and collecting the information. He is not going to do any analysis, right? So this is only collection of information, and this cannot be called as, research. So we should try to understand, the meaning for the research, which is very, very important. And the next is, we should have common sense when doing research. That is very, very important, common sense. So first point is, out of box thinking I should have. So, and that is very, very important, out of box thinking. And second thing is, I should have creative thinking I should have. Okay. And the third thing is, scientific process I have to use to solve the problem. Okay. These are the three important things which I have to keep in mind when writing a research. Okay, so we should know the meaning for that, and then, you can apply it when doing the research. The first thing I told you, we should think out of box. So what do you mean by out of box? Means, when some problem arises, how I can, solve it. that I have to think. For instance, like a pregnant girl is there, and for that pregnant girl, like she will undergo an accident, and she will be 5 months or so. So operation cannot be done to take the baby because it will not be fully matured, and they cannot stitch also the hole, what has occurred. From the hole, the stomach, the child finger will come out, so they can't do anything. So they all will be breaking their heads what to be done, and when she is in the hospital, and ultimately one doctor will come out with the suggestion, and he will come with a small pin, prick the child finger. Immediately the child will take the finger inside. After that they will stitch the hole. This is what is called as out of box thinking. That mind we should always have. Okay, and similarly, creative thinking we should have. See, whatever suggestion I am going to give, and that should be really creative and out of box. Idiotic suggestions, I should not give. For instance, like there was a scientist who was doing a research. Okay, so what he did was, like he will keep the frog over the table, and he will bang the table. Immediately the frog, it will jump up, and then he will take off the first front leg of the, again he will bang, again it will go up, and like this, slowly, he will cut another finger, another, like that, one leg, he will small leg he will cut, and when he two legs were cut off, and with the third leg and fourth leg, slowly it will somehow take the energy, and then it will go up, and ultimately he will cut off the fourth leg also. After cutting the fourth leg, we all know when all the legs are, when we don't have legs, we can't stand. So similarly, when the frog doesn't have legs, what will happen? It cannot climb up, because the legs are not, it cannot stamp and then go up. So this is a simple thing which we all know. But what the scientist has given the interpretation? He has written that if all the legs are removed, then the frog becomes deaf. It is really very funny, and such idiotic suggestions and all we should not give, and we should always come out with a scientific solution for the problem. For instance, like emotional intelligence of employees, I want to make a study. So there are so many employees in Infosys company. If I am going to make a study there, then I have to from all the levels of employees I have to take sample, and then they have to analyze why like what are all the times when they are stressed, and how they are able to control that. I have to make a questionnaire, give them and collect information. So this is very, very important, which we are not doing it. So please kindly take care and see that you are doing that. And out of box thinking, I really liked one idea that was being given by one expert. So what he said was, like he said that millennial students are not interested in being in the class. So what we can do is, like he said that like I can take the class for 3 days in a week, and then the rest 3 days, what I taught relating to that, I should give them an exposure. So I have to take them out, to some industry, and I have to give them, like a training there, so that they will get a better exposure. Similarly, for creative thinking, I told you the example of the frog. So we should not do like that. Think in a different way, okay, and give some good suggestions. And scientific process is very, very important, where we have to come with good suggestion. And there is a saying in Tamil that "Ettu churakai karikku udavadu," which means like when you are that painting of that bottle god, we cannot use it for whenever we are we are going to cook. That is, you can't do that. Painting cannot be used for cooking, which means that we have to learn the skills, and slowly we have to improve ourselves, and you can become the master in any art that is there. So in the initial stage we will not be good, but slowly when you keep on increasing Chittiramam Kaipalakam, they say in Tamil. So as and when you keep writing, then automatically you will acquire the skills of writing, and that is how we have to improve. So that improvisation is possible. It is all in our hands. So see that you write more and more article, and try to improve how you have to write the article. So that is how we have to present the article, which will not only enhance your article skill, but this is also helping many people who are writing article. For them also I am helping. If I come with good suggestions, and nobody would have ever thought, yeah, this is a very good suggestion, they can implement in their industry, or as an individual they can implement on their own, and they will see that they are able to control themselves, like emotional intelligence, what I told you. So with that, I think I'll wind up this first session, and then we will go for the next. And thank you for your patient